Okay, hi everyone. Welcome back to Page of Swords podcast. This is going to be episode 2 with Stacy Garrity. Woo! Stacy is a figure competitor who is now transitioning into wellness. So, let's go ahead and get that started, Stacy. Go ahead and tell me about yourself. I want to know your age and height. Say where where you live right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Stacy Garrity. I am 34 years old. I am a Gemini, like Paige. I currently live, my husband and I just moved to Phoenix, Arizona at the end of May, originally from Pennsylvania. And that's how I'm sure we'll get into talking about it. Paige and I met at a show in Pennsylvania, Lehigh Valley Championships last year. So my husband and I, Pennsylvania residents our whole life, and we decided we are done with snow. We are done with humidity. So we just packed our bags and our dog, hopped in a U-Haul and drove cross country. So here we are, but we're super happy to be here.
When did you move there, by the way? When was
end of May.
End of May. Okay.
Yeah. So mid quarantine, still
Yeah.
that crazy time. Of course, we started the process a while back, but we're happy to be here. And it's warm. It's very warm here. Moving to the desert in the summer may not be ideal, but here we are.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, what's your husband do for work?
He is in law enforcement.
Law enforcement.
So
Awesome.
he's been in law enforcement for 8 years now.
Okay.
So that, which he loves, now again, I know law enforcement during these times. It's always, as a police wife, it's always, stressful, but with any job, so he is working out here in law enforcement, and I work in the fitness industry. I'm a coach at Orange Theory Fitness. But again, we just, decided to just pick up, and, he laterally transferred, and I found a great studio and a great network out here. So here we are.
Is that what you did in Pennsylvania too? Were you Orange Theory coach out here?
Yeah, I was coach at Orange Theory Fitness in Harrisburg, which I love. Hey, my Harrisburg people, I just love them all. I just love, fitness, as, we're fitness people. I love, working on my own self in the bodybuilding world, but I also love coaching and encouraging and inspiring other people in that group setting. So that's truly my passion and what I love doing.
That's awesome. And
Yeah.
did you go to school for that, education wise?
No, actually, no. I, went to, we're originally from Northeast Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. So of course, after high school, I went to, actually had a short stint at Penn State Hazleton. That didn't really work out too well. So I came home and then I actually went to community college, and I got an associate's degree in medical administrative assistant, which I did work in over the years, a dental office for a little bit. I worked at a orthopedic practice for a little bit. So really fitness is I'm new to working in the industry within the last year and a half, but I finally found at 34 years old where I need to be. So, if you're 20 something and don't know what you want to be when you grow up, it's okay, because I'm just finding out right now what I want to be when I grow up. So of course I'm a certified group fitness instructor at this point, all the, training and everything. So I'm just super happy to be doing what I'm doing.
And at Orange Theory, it's I know it's very class oriented. So
yes.
It's high intensity and everything.
It is, which is wonderful. Group setting. It's high intensity interval training. We have treadmills, we have rowers, and then you have, of course, the weight station. We have TRX, we have the ab dolly, benches, weights, the whole thing. Every workout is different. So as the coach, I'm leading you through, giving options. So it's 1 hour, just intense, amazing workout. It is heart rate monitored, which is awesome. So up on the big screen, all the zones and all the colors and just the energy. And of course, I got some pop-in music. So it's never dull. But it's just super fun. And I just love that group setting because, years ago when I kind of got started on my own fitness journey, I started in those group fitness classes because that's where I felt comfortable, and just having the energy from everybody else in the room is just super fun. So Orange Theory, I love it. It's a great community and great people.
Yeah, I've been outside of them, but I've never been inside of one, but I've seen some people going at it in there.
It's good. And in your area, your first class is free. So, go ahead.
Yeah, there's one in Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah.
I think there's only one.
And it's funny, so in Harrisburg, there is one within an hour or so mile radius. Here in Phoenix, there's 30 some studios. So obviously a bigger metropolitan area, there's a lot of studios, but definitely try it out. It's good stuff.
You were able to transition to Phoenix pretty easily then,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
That's
And I was
awesome.
kind of worried about that because, they're all privately owned franchises. And, sometimes, each studio has a couple coaches and they're kind of set because everybody's coaching so many classes. But I was fortunate enough to get linked up with a studio actually like 3 miles from our place, which is super nice. So it all really worked out nicely, which I'm very thankful for.
That's awesome. And then,
Yeah.
so when did bodybuilding come in? So
So,
where'd that fit in?
yeah. So it happened 4 years ago. Okay. So picture it. 16, right? So that year was a really crazy year. In March of 2016, actually on St. Patrick's Day, Kyle and I got married. So we had a beautiful wedding in St. Croix. We had a destination wedding. It was fantastic. That June, I celebrated my 30th birthday. So a milestone birthday, 30, dirty 30, the whole thing. And that July, we decided we needed to make a change because, my whole life I had been an athlete, track and field, dance, gymnastics, everything. But then, as you get older, you become an adult, you get in a relationship, you put on a couple pounds, 10, 20, 30, in my case, 40. So, I kind of just wasn't feeling my best. And my aha moment was looking back on my wedding photos and just not being happy, just not feeling like I could have been a better version of myself. So, we had a beautiful wedding. It was the perfect day, but just looking back at the photos, and I never wanted to be the person who was unhappy with my wedding photos, and I was. So that was my aha moment. That was kind of the fuel of my fire. So that July, I started my fitness journey. It was actually July 20th, and I'll never forget it. That's my fitversary. So I just celebrated 4 years. So at our local gym, got myself a trainer there and really just kind of started to shift our lifestyle. And I say we, because Kyle as well, we were kind of on this train of just being unhealthy, just not living our best lives, like living our best versions of ourselves. So really just kind of shifting our nutrition, working out in the gym. And I came from a place, like I said, I would do classes and things, but I really didn't know what to do down on the weight room floor. Like I was terrified. We've all been there. So like you wouldn't catch me down there alone. Like if I would be down there with my husband, he would just walk away to put something away and I'd be like, oh my gosh, where are you going? Like I was terrified. It's intimidating, right? So I worked with an amazing trainer, Stacy Hess. Hi, Stacy. Maybe you're listening to this. Back when we lived in Lancaster, Pennsylvania at the time. And she was absolutely wonderful. I will always thank her and never forget her. She truly got me started and taught me kind of how things work. So really my motivation was, just not feeling good. I was, 40 pounds overweight. I was tired. I had no energy, just all of the things. And that aha moment. And I always ask people like, what is your why or why are you doing this? Just because I wanted to be better and I want to feel better. So that's truly how it got started. And then from there, I was like, okay, my goal is to do a bodybuilding competition. Right? So what better way, what better motivation to lose some weight than to be on stage in front of hundreds of people in a little teeny bikini. So I'm like, that's what I'm going to do. So I started my fitness journey in July, and in November, I actually stepped on stage, which, isn't ideal. I actually did a NABA show before NPC. So I don't know if you're familiar with NABA.
I know that there's several different organizations. It's really
Yes.
hard to keep track because I started out
Yes.
in a Fitness America type of style too. So I understand there's a few of them out there.
Yeah. It's a different federation, and I picked it because just so happens they were going to be right there in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So the timing all kind of worked. And their figure division was very similar to NPC's physique. So there was a round where you took off your heels, you did a little routine. Now, I was no way in any kind of shape to be stepping on stage. I really wasn't, because my heaviest when I started that July was 185. And I'm about like 145 right now, kind of in my off season getting into prep. So I was still a good, looking at my notes here, I was still about 164 pounds.
Yeah.
So really, as you know, but I needed to do it to just keep my motivation going and to know that this is what I want to do.
You got to dip your toes in the water is what I said too.
So, and I dove right in, girl. I was in it, did the whole thing. And again, Stacy Hess, she was there. She helped me with everything, the suit, the tan, everything. So that was really my way into bodybuilding. And I did have, before I decided to actually do the show, I had a few friends who had done shows too. So I kind of saw it here and there, and being an athlete in the past, and, you know, and I had lifted in the past kind of on and off, but not really. I just felt like doing a show would be the ultimate goal. And I did it, and I was hooked. Truly, that's what happened.
And then
So,
you just did figure, right? Like you said, like it was
yeah.
just figure. You never started in bikini or anything
No,
like
no, because as I mentioned, you know, I've always been an athlete. I was a gymnast for many years. I did track and field. So I've always been stocky.
that. Mm-hmm.
I'm about 5'3". I'm just under 5'4", so like 5'3.5". So always stocky, always had a lot of muscle. I got some big old tree trunk legs, which is why I'm so happy wellness is here.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I went right into to figure, and I actually competed 3 seasons in the figure division.
I was gonna say, I think I see here 2017. You did a Baltimore
Yeah.
Gladiator. Was that your very first NPC?
That was my first NPC show. So that was March of 2017, and then after that, I did Lehigh. That was the first time I did the Lehigh Valley.
Yeah.
And like always, you know, just was improving each time. I was still in that process of losing weight, you know what I mean? So, but each time I was getting better and better, and I truly was hooked, and I loved it.
Yeah. So, the 2017 show, like who did
Yeah.
were you still working with Stacy for those shows?
Yeah, so I was working with Stacy, and then actually her really great friend who I became friends with, Margaret Gresham, who I love Margaret as well. Hi, Margaret, maybe you're listening to this. She then kind of took me on and kind of further. She was competing in figure. She did start in bikini, went to figure, had a great kind of run with all of that. Super talent. She's amazing. So I was kind of working with her for that 2017 season. So I kind of like shifted, because Stacy really got me started in the gym, really learning kind of like the nutrition piece, this and that. But then I went to Margaret, and then really kind of dove into that like prep life.
There you are. Sorry, I'm bringing up the screen.
Oh, there I am. That was last
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is your, you did the PA championships
Yeah.
then. How did
So
you like that show?
Yeah, it's small. So if you're like, I love the Lehigh Valley shows, because the Iron Sharp and Irons guys are amazing. Like, love all them, Craig and everybody. So definitely smaller than Lehigh, but it was still a great experience. And last year I actually did 3 shows, because I did the NPC with you where we met.
Yes.
And then I did NPC Garden State Championships in New Jersey. And then this was my last show. So this was my last time on stage as a figure competitor, and this was last July.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I loved it. You know, I feel like, and I'm sure we'll get more into this, like my look and my, you know, my critiques and things, you know, I could always be leaner, and that's always been of feedback that I get. Just being leaner, you know, with figure, it's having the muscle, but being, and, you know, I just, always working at it. But
so what was your feedback at was that the feedback at the last show then?
Yeah, actually I pulled some feedback because I kind of wanted to share, and I have been fortunate. Well, as you know, I mean, Sandy, she was at the show.
Yes.
Yeah, Valley. So of course reached out to her, Todd, Hal, Andy Landis, you know, feedback. So just for example, let me just read you a couple lines here. Sandy had mentioned she would add a little more development to my upper body and a little more emphasis on back depth. Okay. Your structure is good with nice lines, overall stage look, hair, suit, and makeup. Because as we know, the whole package is important as well. So it was nice to hear that. Additional muscle will help with conditioning, since you need to be tighter in your glute ham area, which, you know, just kind of just more of that tightness. Let's see some other feedback here. Symmetry has, and the nice thing about these shows too is, you know, the judging panel year after year are some of the similar people, so they see you as you're changing year over year. So for example, Todd Howe, excuse me. He mentioned my symmetry has gotten better. Nice flow from the delts to the lats, tapering to the waist. Good flare to the sweep of your quads. Delts are fuller than your lats. So, I mean, overall, you know, I feel like my critiques have always been like really good, positive things and things to always work at, but it's always been that conditioning, you know, like looking over, like one of the lines here, looking over your stage picks, my greatest concern is conditioning. I mean, and I know that it's not like it's such a surprise when I hear that.
Mhm. But you do have like fantastic wellness legs. Like,
thank you.
I'm looking at some of your poses here whenever you really flared the quad out here, and that would be really nice.
And I played with some posing there. I just loved, you know, I do love figure, and it was really hard. Like when I heard wellness was coming, I was like, oh, this sounds great. But it was really hard to kind of just be ready to fully let go of figure, because, you know, you've been doing something for so long, and you, like year after year, show after show, you're trying to improve and change and everything. But I just feel as though for my body, that's kind of where I need to go. And I'm thankful that the NPC, IFBB have added in this new division here in the US.
Yes. And then, so now that you're getting into wellness, when did you start working with, this is your coach here?
Yeah,
Renee?
Hershey. So let me just say, she, I don't know if you all know, made history at the Tampa Pro, being the first wellness IFBB pro winner here in the US. So she is absolutely amazing. Now she's a bikini pro. So she got her pro card last year.
Mm-hmm.
And same deal. I mean, her genetics, you know, one of her critiques and feedback in bikini was always to bring down the legs. So what better way than to have a division where you can let your legs just be and live. So as you can see, she looks insane.
Right.
So the nice thing and the wonderful thing about Renee, and she's part of Pro Physiques, which I am now part of that team, which is super exciting. And they are here right in Arizona.
Yes, I was gonna say, that, you know, Whitney and all them, they got a team, man.
So, 2-time Fitness Olympia. Her and Damien own this amazing gym here in Arizona. And as you know, in this bodybuilding world, the majority of it's online. I mean, you're checking in online, you're sharing pictures with your coach. You know, my last coach, I never even met them in person. So now with Renee being here, not only I, you know, do all the online stuff, and they have a great platform for checking in and photos and everything. She actually trains me in person once a week, which is phenomenal because she totally kicks my butt and just kind of brings me back and like puts me in check. And just to be able to see her face and talk to her and ask the questions. And I mean, like, she's the girl, like she's the wellness standard right now here in the US. So, and I'm with her. And
hands on.
Yeah. So I started working we moved at the end of May, and I started working with Pro Physiques right at the end of June. So I was kind of doing my research because I was looking to transition from, you know, my other coach and team to find something here. And I just love the fact that I can like see her and, you know, just like, for example, tomorrow, which I'm sure we'll get into, the Whitney Jones Classic show that I'm doing has bumped up by a couple weeks. So Renee, we're going to meet tomorrow. And she's like, oh, well, why don't we do an in-person check-in? And I was like, oh, like I've never had the opportunity to do that. So I'm like, yes, I want to do that. So just being here and having her helping and guiding me is just like, I'm just over the moon. Like, it's amazing.
Oh, that's fantastic. Have you guys started working on posing and stuff too?
No, we haven't. But I know that will come because she's very, and like Pro Physiques, like they do it all, the training, the, you know, suit selection, the posing, we'll do group posing, we'll do individual posing. And that is one thing, because I mean, the posing is very different from figure, obviously.
For sure. I mean, it's a little bit of bikini, and that's why I've done bikini before. So I feel like it's in the wheelhouse in my head, but if you're going to be starting out with it, there's going to be a little bit more sass.
Yes. Yeah. And I got the sass. Okay. Like, but I just want to, obviously from her, know exactly. And she, you know, we work so hard, and you could ruin it all by not showing your physique in the proper way. So we will definitely be doing some of that. But
you got that beautiful long hair, so I hate to say it, but you gotta cover that back up now. It'll be about hamstring. You'll have to hide that big wide back.
Yeah, right.
That's fun. I know. And you know what? I've posed with Sydney before, and like Whitney was there, and Damien was there. I mean, they are all about posing. So you're in good hands.
Absolutely. I mean, you have to have the whole package. Like, yes, the
Sure.
physique is important, but you got to bring it. You got to have the whole thing. So yeah, I definitely feel I'm in the right place. I feel really good with being with Pro Physiques.
So since you said you were doing some research then, I mean, have you looked at or South America? Like, is there a difference? Because I haven't really looked too much myself, but I know that that was a question on Instagram. Someone
Yeah,
wanted to know your thoughts of the differences.
sure. I mean, these South American girls, like, bring it. They got some big old legs, nice
Mhm.
shapely lines, some big old glutes. So I definitely think it's going to be interesting now, like here in the US, and then when the world kind of, opens back up again and everybody can kind of be everywhere. Just seeing kind of what the standard is going to be, what the judges are looking for. I don't know. Did you see any of the Tampa Pro? Did you watch it? Did you
Yeah,
watch live?
I did watch it a little bit.
Yeah.
I didn't have the live going on, but I kept very close with it.
Yeah. 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 So you can definitely already see, especially in the amateur. Obviously, I was like glued to the TV the whole time. My husband and I were
Yeah.
like just watching
Yes.
everything. You can kind of see what they're awarding and what they're not. I mean, it's definitely this whole like, oh, it's out of shape bikini girls. It most certainly is not. They want to see conditioning. They don't want to see, big old floppy high knees, because some girls, I don't know if you saw, there were some glute implants. I don't know if you saw that.
Really, glute implants.
Girl, glute implant in the amateur division. Now, again, if that's your thing, that's fine, whatever. But they were boop, right to the outside.
Oh,
So I feel like the judges are really kind of defining what exactly they're wanting to see. So yes, it's bigger, stronger legs, which again, having that track and field and gymnastics background, I have. Kind of looking for like the bigger glutes, but still shapely. Like they don't want to see like jiggly. They still want that bikini conditioning,
right. And I think you said Renee was a bikini pro,
Yeah,
and I know so many bikini girls will get feedback about they just need to get their glutes fuller. So
yeah.
you got to think if wellness is going to be the very,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be the same. It's just but you got to get those legs like
Oh
peeled
yeah.
almost,
Oh yeah.
not like a physique girl peeled, but I'm talking like the cuts
Yeah.
and lines, and you got to do cardio, and you don't want
Yeah.
to lose any muscle mass while you're doing all that cardio.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's interesting too, just from watching the Tampa Pro and the Tampa Extravaganza and the MPC part, just seeing where people, like there are some bikini girls that have moved up, there's some figure girls that are coming down, there's some physique girls that are coming down. So it's not just one standard. Like if you were doing this, you are then moving to wellness. It's just, it's just nice to have this extra added division for people like me. Like my legs truly like were never getting lean enough, and like, yes, I was pushing. Yes, I was doing, my work, nutrition. But you can't fit a square, what do they say? A square peg into a round hole or whatever. So just having my body just kind of fits it. And Renee, like we've even, I've heard her on, speak in different interviews and things, just her critique was always smaller legs for bikinis. So why not, now we have a division where you can just have your bigger legs and still be shapely and the lines and the whole thing.
So how much cardio are you doing then as of right now? Like I know
So,
you're into prep.
yeah, so right now I am only doing, I do 2 days of HIIT cardio, 20 minutes. And then I'm doing 2 days of just steady cardio, 30 minutes. So nothing crazy.
Oh, that's
Right.
perfect.
Yeah. And I personally, like, I love doing sprints. So for my HIIT cardio, I have a timer. It's called the Seconds app. It's amazing. Look it up if you've never heard of it. I'll set it for like 30-second sprint, 1 minute walk, 30-second sprint. And I'll do that for 20 minutes. But by the time I'm done, I'm a sweaty pig and just, done. You know what I mean?
You did it right.
But again, this all might change because now I am 10 weeks out, whereas, yesterday I wasn't 10 weeks out. So we'll see. Yeah, and that's one thing. And I'm sure, as you know, and we hear people talk being killed with hours of cardio and hour in the morning and an hour in the evening. And I can't live that life.
No.
And I don't want to live that life.
Like I said, you don't want to lose that muscle mass in your legs. That's going to be your asset for the stage. And
Exactly.
you got to be prepared, I guess. And
Yeah.
so obviously your coach is an inspiration, but is there anybody else that you look up to in the wellness?
Absolutely. I feel like coming on the scene, 4 years ago and just kind of really getting into this and kind of researching, obviously like Nicole Wilkins, I mean, she's OG, so always have loved her and her journey and the whole thing. And back years ago when figure was, a little different. Different than it is now.
Very
So always
different.
loved her. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously Sid Gillen. I've met her at the Pittsburgh championships in 2018. She's lovely,
Yes.
wonderful. And she is with Pro Physiques, which is awesome that she's, part of my team. I feel like I shouldn't say that. Who
Oh
am
no,
I?
girl,
Who
you're
am
part of
I?
the team. Don't you worry.
Also, Jen Strobo, huge inspiration. I worked with her and Team Bombshell for a little bit as well. So she has always been an inspiration and amazing. Whitney Jones. I wish I found this years and years and years ago, because with my gymnastics and competitive cheerleading background, I feel like I could have stepped on the scene with fitness and probably could have been pretty good. Like if I found this years ago. And it's just wild, like being at Pro Physiques and see Whitney Jones walk by. I'm just like I'm still fangirl. Like the other day, she said hi to me in the locker room and I was like, hi, totally just froze. I'm like these, because to us, these people are like celebrities. Like
They
you've been on
are.
a stage. So I'm just like,
I always get scared to say anything. I'm like, man, you are so important, and little old me just wants to say hi, or is anything I say even important?
yeah. Of course I'm inspired by so many different people and, people I thought, even like you, just having, people I've competed with and I've met backstage and continuing to follow the journey, you know what I mean? And
Oh, girl, I tell you what, meeting the people that we do backstage,
yeah.
like we had, girl,
So fun.
I think the rest of the girls look like they were so tired, and then there's me and you, us little Geminis, just going wild.
Oh we were having a blast. That was so
We
fun.
were. You know what helped though? Because when we went on stage, we had bright smiles on our face because we were ready for it.
So fun. Absolutely.
That was so much fun. And I think it was some of the other girls were getting it. You know what I mean? They were feeling what we were feeling there.
Everyone was great. We had a great time.
So does Renee do your nutrition too?
Yes.
Are you doing a macro or
yeah, so the thing I love about Pro Physiques, they literally everything. They do everything.
Good.
Now in the past, I've always followed a meal plan. I just want you to tell me what to eat and I'll eat it. Macros, so I'm playing with kind of macros now, and I've used MyFitnessPal forever and ever. I've been using MyFitnessPal on and off for the last 10, 12, cause the app's been around a while. So with Pro Physiques, I, have a sample, meal plan, but then also macros. So I've been kind of rolling with the macro type thing and tracking and trying to use that. I am also vegan. I just want to mention that as well. So I don't consume any meat or dairy. So, that can kind of, change things up a little. I get plenty of protein. Don't worry. The first thing everybody always says is, oh my God, are you getting enough protein? Yes, I'm getting enough protein. So right now, I'm kind of following macros, but I will say, as I get closer and closer and, calories come a little lower, I think I'd like to get back to the meal plan thing just to kind of take my mind off, just tell me what to eat. And that's what
And you don't do fish, right?
I'm sorry?
You do fish?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no whey protein, no animal products. And that's just a choice, just physically and, also ethically. My husband is vegan. He's been vegan for a couple of years. I went vegan last December. Just tried to, eliminating things here and there like dairy. It just felt better. Eliminating some meats felt better. And I know it's not for everybody. It's my personal choice. I just feel the best I ever have. My performance is better. My recovery is better. But again, it kind of does change up things a little. I really have to be diligent on the food, just making sure I'm getting, all the whole foods and everything I need. So
your energy is not really affected then?
No. I feel good, really, truly.
That's awesome. It's good that you do that. I know that I don't do dairy. It's just better on the digestive system.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. I think a lot of us bodybuilders end up that way just because of not really having too much of that in your diet. If you're going more on the bro science diets.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is
yeah, I've never really had a lot of dairy anyway to begin with in the past. So So for me, it really wasn't, ain't no thing.
Do you do refeeds? Do you get cheat meals? Like, what's something like that look like for you?
Well, right now, I'm not going to lie. And this is why I love Renee. I told her from the beginning, your girl can eat. Okay. Like, I like to eat. I need food. All right. Like, this whole starving, eating 1,200 calories. No, like, I just cannot live that life. So truly right now, I mean, I am doing, so she has me carb cycling. I'll do a high day and like 3 low days. Right now, my high days are like 23, almost 2,400 calories, which in my world, I feel like is a good amount. So I don't feel like I need to have a big old cheat meal or refeed meal and like eat my face off. I don't feel that way. So, you know, I just kind of, I'm just, you know, eating as many whole foods as possible. Obviously first, like tons of veggies and the whole thing, which, you know, we do is no big deal. But I truly don't feel, I mean, at this point now, talk to me in a couple weeks, that may change.
Yeah.
But as of right now, I really don't feel, you know, if I want like a Beyond Burger,
yeah,
on like a bun, I'll eat that. And I don't feel like bad about it, you know, especially in a
lot of veggies. Do you have a favorite vegetable? Because I tell you what, I crave vegetables all the time. Like,
what's your favorite vegetable?
my favorite, you know what? I love zucchinis.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man. And I don't mind spinach either. I used to not like it raw, but now I'm like I'm okay with cold food now from like my last prep.
Well, yeah. I mean, I feel like we all kind of have to be.
Mm-hmm.
But I love all vegetables, like you said, like squash, zucchini is lovely, broccoli, asparagus. I mean, truly, we eat it all. So I don't have any, you know, and it's nice. Like,
variety.
yeah. Oh yeah. Variety. And I feel like variety is key, but, I love all veggies.
I haven't done broccoli in a long time because it
Really?
just makes me feel really bloated, but I like broccoli. I just don't like the way it makes me feel.
Okay.
But yeah, that stuff is pretty good though.
Yeah.
I had another question in my head and then it disappeared.
Huh.
You drinking a lot of water too?
Yes, girl. Got my gallon.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And that's the thing I struggled. So obviously moving to the desert, it is hot here. And my husband and I really struggle with being hydrated enough. Like, you think you're drinking a lot, you're not, you know? So it kind of took me a little to really get back in that groove of getting my gallon plus in every day. So really the last couple of weeks, I've consistently been getting my water in, no problem, and then some. And of course we'll add in, you know, like unsweetened iced teas. I like to grab the like Gatorade Zeros from time to time just to keep, you know, hydrated.
Fantastic. I love those for training. Like
Oh yeah.
feel like I have to have a Gatorade Zero during my workout.
Yes. Just to have something other than water, you know, like sometimes we just need something else. We also do like sparkling waters. You know, I love a variety of sparkling waters. I'll put a little drop of stevia in it and gold.
Oh yeah. That's always a fantastic, easy thing.
Yeah.
So what's your training like also? Because when I picture wellness girls, I just assume you guys do like 3 to 4 leg days, like a week.
Yeah. It's a lot of legs.
Yes.
I'm actually just pulling up my thing. That's one thing I didn't bring over with me. But so I'm doing 6 days of training.
Mm-hmm.
I do, let me just pull it up right here just so I can give you more of an idea. And the day I train with Renee is always a leg day.
Oh,
so still, yeah, like she just puts me through it, which is good. I mean, like I know I work hard, but it's different when someone else is, you know, putting you through it.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, for example, I have a quad and glute day. Mm-hmm. I'll do shoulders and abs on like, let's say like Tuesday. Then Wednesday is a very short back day. Cause I mean, my back is already a little ridiculous just from, you know, it's just genetic. So, I mean, back day is a very short couple things, nothing crazy. Then I'll do another, like leg and glute, like heavy lower body day. Then I'll do like a back and shoulder kind of combo day with a little more abs. And then, Saturday is just kind of like a boot camp circuity type thing, which is fun for about 30 minutes. And then I'll finish off with, supersetting some glute exercises. So yeah, I mean, it's really that quad glute focus. So like I'm training it hard.
So what's your favorite glute then? I feel like everybody's got at least one favorite leg exercise, their go-to.
My gosh. Well, I will say Pro Physiques has the most amazing equipment, especially for like glute and leg and the whole thing. So it's just like the best place to really train, but then to train specifically glutes. My favorite, I mean, I just love all the things. Like they have the like hip thrust, so the barbell, the hip thrust, but then they have a special slanted bench that's like all specifically for that. Because sometimes you go to the gym and it's just a bench and it's kind of like awkward getting it up there. They also have a squat machine, so the padded shoulders, and then you can put your feet up on the incline or just have them flat, plate loaded. There's just so many cool things, like some things that I've never even seen. Like Renee's like, come on, hop up on here. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like what are we doing? And I'm just like moving and like my butt is hurting. So,
A lot of squeezes. I always
Yeah.
say you got to have an ugly butt to get a good butt when you're working out.
Yeah. But honestly, I really don't have a favorite. I just love it all. And I love, I just love training lower body and even before, like even in figure, I don't know how you feel, but I feel obviously legs are my strongest. So I felt like that, and even training back in figure days was my favorite. So, I like that I can train legs a lot.
Yeah, I like leg day too. I'm getting back to doing 2 a week. I
Oh,
was
okay.
just doing 1 full leg day for a little while, and then now I'm going back because my feedback was hamstring. So
Okay.
I definitely feel that the hamstring was definitely something that I wanted
Yeah.
to improve on, but it does help a lot. Like I feel like I can feel the muscle better. Like
Oh, yeah.
I love ending my workouts for hamstring with like a straight leg deadlift where you really got to
Yeah.
that muscle out and really like
Mhm.
pull it up, and it does
Love
make
it.
a difference. But yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
girls, man, it's just like I just assume that is
Oh,
like
yeah.
top priority.
Yep. You guessed it. Yeah. Because every time I meet with her, she's like, well, we're doing legs. I'm like, well, I didn't think anything else. So, but it's all, I mean, she's just so knowledgeable and just knows all the things. So I know I'm good hands.
That's awesome. I feel like you got to take an ice bath or something after
Oh my
those,
God.
like,
Well, I haven't done, and that's a thing they do. I mean, she does it often. I have not
yeah,
gone that route yet. Yeah,
I
no.
believe it because sometimes I just assume like if you're hitting quads real heavy,
Yeah.
sometimes it's like you got to make sure you got some good recovery for your knees.
Yeah. Oh, recovery. I mean, it's so important. So important.
Do anything special for recovery?
Um, right now, we found my husband and I found a great chiropractor out here in Arizona. And he specializes with, like bodybuilders and lifters and things, muscle chiropractic. Dr. Tim, hi, don't know if you're listening to this. So he's fantastic. Not only it's a great adjustment, he does cupping and scraping and just understands the body and the biomechanics and throws out all these words that I don't even know what they are, but he's amazing. Obviously getting my rest. I'm for sure an 8+ hour a night person. I mean, I need my sleep, need my rest.
Yes.
And just especially right now, unfortunately, I'm not working because my studio is shut down. So I mean, I have time just to kind of chill and recover, and so I'm just kind of taking that time to do that, which in the past I feel like I really haven't had a chance to do. So taking advantage of it.
Yeah, this whole year with quarantine has really made things interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
we were talking earlier, but you said you do a lot of walks with your dog, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
So in the beginning of quarantine, I'm not gonna lie, and I told her super transparent. I started the year, I'm sure as most of us did, like, yeah, starting prep, like January, yes, living our best lives. February, awesome, rolling. March, boom, quarantine hit. I stopped. I tried to keep it going. I tried to do like the at-home workout thing.
Mhm.
And it's just not for me. I mean, it's not for everybody. I know that. It's not for me. So other than, my dog, he got tons of walks, which I don't know if he loved or hated it. I'm sure he loved it. But yeah, other than that, I'm not going to lie. I really didn't do a lot. But I didn't feel so terrible, and I didn't beat myself up because, even when we're off season, like we're still in shape people, like we're fitness people. You don't lose all those years of strength training and weightlifting in a month or even 2 months. So yeah, I mean, I kind of just
Yeah, it takes a lot in your off season if you really go off the rails,
oh
but I think it's all about, the discipline. And I think we're older. I feel like when you're older, you learn that, things are a little bit harder to fix when you're older too. So you gotta be
yeah,
careful.
Yes. So, staying still pretty close to, we always want to stay within, everyone has different things, 10, 20 pounds within stage weight, whatever. I never let myself get too far away. So I didn't feel bad. And I just took it as, my body could use a break. So here we are, quarantine 2020, taking a rest.
Well, I want to go back real quick because I forgot to ask about the suits. So you're gonna have to get a new suit, right? Or no?
I'm sorry, what?
Are you gonna have to get a new suit?
Yes.
Okay.
So, the thing with wellness suits. So it is similar to bikini, whereas it's not connected like figure.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the connectors on the hip, you can have fancy glittery connectors, or you can just have a fabric connector like figure. Mm-hmm. So I actually asked Renee if I could somehow transform my figure suit into a wellness suit. Mm-hmm. And we were kind of like playing around with that, but I'll probably just go ahead and, there's lots of great companies that you can rent suits from.
Right.
So I did that. But yeah, the suit deal is different. And like Renee's, as we saw, she does just the fabric.
Mm-hmm.
On the suit.
Hers actually looks like a figure suit.
Yeah.
That was reconstructed.
Yeah. So, we haven't really talked about that yet, or color, or kind of what it's going to be, but yeah, so I'm selling my figure suits. Anyone out there? I have a couple. Hit me up. I'll give you a good sell.
Hey, girl, do it. I mean, I know a lot of girls, especially with quarantine right now. Yeah. It's better to just buy a reused suit. There's nothing wrong with that.
Put my number in the show notes and hit me up. Do a good deal. I mean that. Let me know.
So, is there a color you're thinking about? Gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. I was originally thinking red. I had this whole thing in my head because I just got my hair done again, darker. Mm-hmm. So like a red lip and like a red suit. But kind of looking at things and talking to Renee, I guess a lot of wellness girls do red.
I was gonna say, I was looking second place at a red suit.
Yes, and she looks great. I loved her suit and her thing. Renee mentioned that she really loves me in pink. As you can see, I mean, I'm a pink.
Yes, you do look really good in pink.
I mean, I'm a pink person. So, I'm going to listen to, and I think it's important to, listen to your coach, listen to the guidance of what they suggest, because, it's one thing like, okay, my favorite color is pink, but maybe, purple is going to look better on me. So I'm really open to whatever. And I'm excited for that part because I love the whole glam and the whole hair and makeup and like suit. So I am excited. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. I do think suits are fun, and you got dark hair like your coach, so I'm sure whatever color that she puts you in, it'll be a good choice. And then
I love you and you had green last.
Yes. I'm a big fan of green.
Okay.
All my suits have had green in it. I don't know, it just ends up always popping pretty good on stage.
I love it.
I wonder what backdrop the Whitney show will have, because
I feel like we were talking about backdrop in the last podcast. I'm not sure because the venue is now changed, and because the backdrop can really change things out.
Have they announced the new venue yet, or no?
Yeah, it is the. It was just posted on all of the things. It's still here in Arizona, of course.
Mm-hmm. Is it closer or farther for you?
I think it's actually closer, which is nice. I'm just trying to see. It's at like a fancy resort and spa. Oh, it's at the Arizona Grand Resort and Spa, and it's in Phoenix. So,
hey, that sounds like a good hotel to be.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And you're already pretty tan, so you'll have a nice dark tan.
Yeah. And being out here, so I am, my nationality, I'm French, German, Irish, and African American. So I'm already half black to begin with. So, but moving out here, and I mean, my husband and I were at the pool like every day. I have gotten at least 6 shades darker. I mean, like this is very dark for me. Which I'm not a nice tan out here.
It's not a bad problem.
Right. But then of course, as you know, with our spray tans, we get even darker. So.
That's what you want, because I tell you what, I mean, I've seen some shows where you can tell the girls just needed a coat or something. Like it really stands out.
Yeah. You can see immediately who didn't get a tan or who didn't get a professional tan.
Right. Who didn't go with the host hotel tan?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Even though you're like, well, this is all going to come off anyways, but you're just like,
Right.
take it on. Make it so
Yeah.
my hands look like I'm dirty.
Exactly.
Well, girl, I want
Yeah.
to, let everybody know what your social medias are. Anything you want to shout out or share?
So, social media, Stacy G Fit, STACYG Fit on Instagram. Serious about the suits. If you need a suit, hit me up. What else? This is super fun.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. I mean, this is great because when I met you at my show, I just really connected with you.
Yeah, let's talk about that quick.
How like the Lehigh Valley was like, I mean, I was there by myself with my best friend was there, but she lived in the area. And like, I went into that show with like no expectations really.
Yeah.
Like, I was told back home that I had people tell me that I wasn't going to be like, I wasn't even good enough to step on stage because I wasn't conditioned enough. And then like, I don't know. Then I showed up. And then I tell you what, meeting you backstage, I mean, I just didn't even think about anything.
Oh,
Just having
yeah.
fun, kicking our legs up, scaring the crap out of people.
That was fun. It was a really good time. And it's always nice to have that camaraderie backstage. Like, it doesn't all need to be like catty and like, oh, like looking and like whisper. Like, let's have fun. I mean, we're all there, we put in the work, and the show truly is the time to have fun. So like, let's have fun.
And then here's this gem, if it works.
Oh, yes, when we were interviewed.
I don't know if the audio will show up or not for anybody listening.
Oh, no, it is. I can hear it.
What's up, guys? Christian Duke, StrengthAddicts.com at the 70th Annual NPC Lehigh Valley Championships. I'm here with...
Hi, I'm Stacy Garrity.
Hi, I'm Paige.
And where are you ladies from?
I'm from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
I'm from Northeast
Pennsylvania. Excellent. And what are your thoughts of the 70th Annual NPC Lehigh Valley Championships?
So exciting. I did the show 2 years ago. Promoters were amazing. Fantastic show. Really happy to be here again.
Excellent.
This is my first time at this show, and it is so much fun. Great turnout. And
oh, yeah. The turnout's amazing.
Great. Awesome. Yes, great friends.
Definitely. Coaches?
Yeah, I work with Team Elite Physique in Denver, Colorado. Adam Mania is my coach.
Awesome.
I had a coach, but I dropped him recently, so I've been coaching myself for that.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And then, do you guys have awesome? Do you guys have Instagrams?
Yeah, Stacy G Fit. Follow me.
Okay.
I'm at Paige Sadidra.
There you go. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank
Christian
you.
Duke, StrengthAddicts.com.
That's fantastic.
That was fantastic. That was so fun.
Shout out to Christian Duke for that interview.
Yeah. I remember he's backstage. We're just all like, "Whoa, take our picture!" Like, we want to be interviewed. But I mean,
yeah, I remembered, just throwing that out there. I didn't really like rehearse that or anything, and I'm like, man, next time, next
I
time.
had a coach, but
Yeah, I was like,
so like that show, we were in figure class B, and you took first, of course, and I took. What'd you say?
I said, "Oh well, thank you."
No, you're.
I know.
Back my notes. So in our class B, there were 6 girls. You placed first, I placed second. And truly, like, my overall goal of last year was just getting nationally qualified. And I did that, and I was happy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's obviously nice to, like, meet friends, and obviously I met you and everything. I'm super happy for you that you won. But I just, the overall show was great, and it's such a well-run show.
Yes.
And I know, unfortunately, they had to push it back. I don't even know.
I think it was officially canceled for this year. Because I think the one girl that was in our class, she wanted to do it again this year. Maury, I think, or
yeah.
was her last name? Mm-hmm.
Yes. So now I know Big Cat is in October, but yeah, great guys, great shows. But yeah, that was super fun. Our big interview.
So like the Whitney show will be your first West Coast show then, huh?
Yeah. So it'll be my first wellness show, my first West Coast show. So yeah, I'm just gonna, and that's one thing I really decided, this year, obviously for everybody, has just been very different, challenging, all the things. And I really feel like it's important to still push through and to get on stage and just see what I can do. Especially it's the first year of a new division. I may have felt different if I was still doing figure, because I know you took you're taking the year off, and I mean, I know you're still working very hard, but then you're going to hit the stage next year. But I just felt like, me personally, I just, I'm determined, and I want to step on stage this year. So yeah, this will be my first West Coast first show out here. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, and you got the legs, girl. So I mean, you
Hey,
know what it takes.
just
Diet
gotta
and condition.
thing, yeah, just shaped up, and just well, and it's funny too. Renee texted me, and she sent me a picture, the screenshot of the show moving. So just for reference, the show was originally November 14th, October 24th. So that's, a couple weeks. And she's like, well, and I've been fortunate. I mean, every check-in has been great. My weight's maintaining. And she's been increasing my calories, which is lovely. That's the goal. You want to stay the same weight and eat more food, right?
Right.
So then she's like, well, we're going to have to, adjust your macros, maybe, bring them down. I'm like, no, please, not my food. But it's all part of the thing. But, yeah, I know. We've all been there. We've all been, dieted down. But another nice thing too about, like, for wellness, yes, obviously still need to be conditioned, but I don't feel like it's going to be as, like, painfully and sucky as, like, it's been in the past for me, especially just always being I'm a bigger, stockier girl. That's just how I am. You know what I mean? It's not easy for me to get lean. It's easy for me to, I feel like, put muscle on and keep muscle, but it's not easy for me to get lean. And I feel like, most people can't have it all the ways. So, but no, I'm really kind of just looking forward to getting on stage, seeing what the feedback is, and just giving it a go.
Yeah, you'll do great. You'll be fine. You got yourself in a good team, and
Yes,
you're in good hands. Don't you worry.
I think so.
Okay, my friend, I think we're getting to about an hour here. So it's been a fun time. I hope that everybody can learn a little bit for, a new wellness. It's new for everybody. So, hasn't even been a full year with wellness yet that I know of. So yeah, and you'll be
give it a go. But thank you so much. I want to congratulate you again on this fantastic podcast. I'm excited to be in the very beginning. So when you're big and famous, I can say I was here at the beginning. So I'm so excited to see what other guests you have, and I will personally be listening, and so excited for you. Bravo.
Well, to get a bigger following, man, I'll be like try to get Whitney and Renee to get on my show.
Yeah, right?
Let me get some more followers.
I maybe could pull some strings. I mean, you never know. So who knows?
I'll be like, hey, let me get some of those pros. You know what? Or I'll just come out and fly out and we'll all hang out.
There you go. I love it.
Okay, girl. Well, thank
right.
you. Good luck. And yes, thank you everybody for listening. So
bye.